Hello guys, welcome to Insa Electronics. So in today's video, it's going to be a quick video about how a cash register works. I think you guys have seen this kind of cash register machines in supermarkets and other places. This is the same kind of thing that when you're going to your retail store, after giving your cash, they'll enter something in the computer and this drawer will pop up. They put the cash here, the coins here. You know this thing, don't you? So this, as you guys can see, is the whole unit. This is I'm not sure how good you can see this, but this whole thing right here is a unit. This is where the currency notes are kept. It uses a spring mechanism like that. You put the currency here and uses a spring mechanism to load it. This is all the coin holders, and this is the front of the unit. It looks like a typical drawer, like one of those. So usually this whole thing sits underneath the cash table. On top there will be this computer. This whole thing will be underneath the system, just like this one. And whenever the computer is operated for releasing this one, it pops out like a usual drawer. It has a physical lock on the front so that you can lock it. No one can access the things that. So the coin compartment can be taken out. This whole thing can be taken out. In fact, this is the cash drawer tray. You can see this whole thing can be taken out, and that is the locking mechanism, that physical lock which I was saying. It uses a type of latch to lock to this one so that you cannot release the drawer. So that is that. Let me put this thing back here. Sorry for all the background noises and other things. It's still the day after Diwali, so people are still using firecrackers. Now let's move on to the back side where the actual magic happens. So this is the bottom side of the cash drawer. It makes use of a a solenoid. This uses a latching solenoid. There are two types of solenoids. One is latching, one is non-latching. This one, because does not have any kind of spring, this is called a latching solenoid. Once it is locked, it stays in that position until or unless it is powered in the reverse or physically moved out. Let me show you an example for a non-latching solenoid. So this is an example for a non-latching solenoid. As you can see, this has a spring inside. Let me focus onto that. This has a spring inside, so once the power is applied, the relay goes to latch state, and when the power is released, the spring pushes it outwards. So this is a non-latching solenoid, not relay. If I said relay, it's not relay, it's a solenoid. So this is a distant cousin of this one. So let me now show you how the whole thing works. The connection for this is RJ11. It uses the RJ11 standard. The actual connector that comes with is underneath. You can see. You can kind of see that. So these cash counters actually come with RJ11 connectors, and this is the kind of connector that you're using. Yep, this one, the telephone kind of connectors. And because this particular one is having some issues, we have soldered another one here. And let's take a look at the solenoid. It says 24 volt, so it's a 24 volt unit, and we are actually using a step-up converter to make the 5 volts, I think 9 volts to 24 volts, this one. So let me show you how the whole thing works. This is the mechanism that enables and releases lock. So once the relay, I'm always saying relay, it's the solenoid. So once the solenoid is activated, this link, this rod pushes inwards, as you guys just saw. Once this is pushed inwards, this whole mechanism, this is a mechanism. So let me give you a close-up. Once this is pushed in, what is going to happen is, check at this point. This is a pin that once released opens this point. So there is a pole here. The pole is attached to the back of the drawer, as you can see, and the drawer itself runs on two wheels, one on this side and one on this side. And this is a spring that uses to push it outwards. So when it is going to be locked, the whole thing, the locking pin comes inward and catches that thing. Look at this point, and once it is catched in, look at this pin right here. So it is pushed in, and this lock, see, now it is locked. Now you cannot push it outwards. At the same time, there is a switch. You can see a switch here which gives a feedback based on the position of switch, whether it's open or closed. It gives a feedback to the computer to know the status of the drawer, to indicate whether the drawer is in open state or closed state. So let me show you how it happens again. So I'm going to push the, you guys take a note of this section right here. I'm not going to power it because I'm not near to a power source right now. So I'm pushing it, and that pulls this lock, and that releases this one, and the spring, this mechanism, this mouth opens, releasing the pole, and the spring pushes the drawer outwards. At the same time, if you have noticed, you guys can see the switch is now in open position. So when the door is going to close, take a look at the switch position. So when the door is going to be closed, see, the switch is also closed. That will indicate the system that the door is now closed. So power is applying, the relay, the solenoid pulls the locking latch, which releases the mouth that catches the pole, and then the spring pushes the drawer outward like that. And because now this is in a well leveled table, that is why it is not going out automatically. Usually in the under the drawer kind of situation, this is actually kept in a slight angle so that the whole thing will roll out fully. So that is how the whole thing operates. That is how the normal cash drawers operate. And you can get some other type of things which is using much complex mechanisms, but this is one of the normal type of things. I hope you got the point. Let me show it once again, and from the top view, yep. Thanks for watching. See you in another video.